G'day legends, thanks for tuning back in, thanks for watching another one of our videos. This one's a bit of a long one. It's cooking some garlic prawns. We lost a little bit of the footage in the transition of getting new phones, getting a new computer to make all this happen. It's a bit of a long one. We're still working this all out, so we appreciate you hanging in there, bearing with us while we get our feet, work it all out. But yeah, let's jump into what footage we do have. Alright, I know I said I wasn't going to give you a bloody rundown on how to cut garlic, but it's not evident to everyone that it's so simple, and I thought, why not just bloody share it? So here's how I do it, right? Because I don't want you getting too caught up on the process. Bang, like that, with your clove, and then it's as simple as easy as that. And it doesn't have to be super fine because it's going into a mixed dish, and you can slice it, you can trim it up, really doesn't bloody matter, just as long as you get the job done. But that's the trick, just squish it down, turn it on its side, and just bloody trim away. Righto, so we just drained off the prawns, putting the bulk of the water off there. Don't stress too much because we're going to put them in a bloody hot pan, so they get a little bit of water on there, that's fine. Get that off in hand, give that a little rinse. Just going to chuck a third of this garlic. Now, if you look at most recipes for this, it doesn't call for anywhere near as much garlic as this, but from what I've learnt with recipes that you read online or read in books, double whatever they say with the garlic. Like, you never go wrong with garlic. We've got a little spray bottle here. It's good when it works. Just a light coating. I'll pour some into the pan when I'm cooking it. Just going to give that a little toss up. Get a bit of garlic flavour in there. I'm going to let that marinate and sit for about 10-15 minutes or so while I get my pan hot and get ready to cook them up. So it just helps it infuse with that garlic flavour because, well, it is garlic prawns after all. We do want them to taste like garlic. So sorry to me work colleagues tomorrow, gonna bloody be stinking like garlic. I will chew extra chewing gum, but can't promise anything. Righto, so I gave you a bit of a bum steer there earlier. I said I was going to add some more olive oil to the cooking process. Now, I was just lightly oiling the prawns before we chuck them in the pan with some butter, because butter tastes better. So, if you've only got a small pan, I suggest doing 2 lots at once because you don't want to steam them. So you want a medium to high heat. Get them cooked fairly quick because, yeah, like I said, you don't want to steam them. You want to get them cooked up pretty quick. You're just going to get these pre-cooked before you make your sauce. So we're going to pre-cook these, get them nice and golden and red, because they do turn red, but you want a little bit of goldenness on them. Don't want to overcook them. They don't take long. They're only small little morsels, but yeah, butter's the go. It definitely adds a lot more flavour, better than oil. And as we were saying before, you know, with the cream, you know, it's an oily product as it is, so definitely don't want to have too much bloody oil. So, as you can see, these turn red really quick, and you don't want to cook them for too long because you're going to add them back in with the cream later on. So, straight away, bang, Look at that. I'm going to knock the temperature straight down. Get them turned over one by one. And then I'll be able to come back to them straight away, pull them all out. And then get on to the cream. So this is a process that's only taken like 2, maybe 3 minutes, and I'm pulling some of them out of there that I've flipped, and half of them, because my burner's not real big on this stove, if you've got a bigger burner, you might get a more even cooking process. I've had to flip mine around, but it literally only takes 2 or 3 minutes to get them cooked. And yeah, you don't, like I said, you don't want them cooked too long, because they're going to be whacked back in the garlic sauce after, and they're going to keep cooking. So you don't want to dry the fuck out of them, just like the chicken. Nobody likes dry bloody meat. So anyway, we'll keep checking these, and we'll get on to the sauce. Righto, so for this dish we're also doing rice, which is something I didn't think about in the introduction, but we're doing rice. And when you're cooking rice, one of the tricks with it is you need to wash it, because it's full of starch, right? So I get it in the pan, see all that cloudy shit you got there, you need to rinse it off. And if you talk to the Indians or the Chinese and that, they know this shit, they know what's going on. And you want to wash your rice at least 2 to 3 times, is the old saying. 2 to 3 times, well, the old saying, the old technique. Wash the rice before you cook it. Don't be trying to wash your rice after you've cooked it, and you know you got it in the bloody strainer and you're trying to hit it with the hot water and get all that starchy shit off there. No, get it before you even start. And then the trick is you have a layer on the bottom, and then only enough water to cover up to your first knuckle once you're touching the top of the rice. And that is how you cook good rice. So as you can see here, we've washed the rice a couple of times now. That cloudiness is chilling out, and we're going to rinse that off. Because the next step is making the sauce, and this is all going to come together pretty quick, and you're going to want your rice ready. So that's another thing to take into consideration. Now, we don't need a lot of rice for me and Lexi, so to be able to gauge what one knuckle is of fuck all rice means fuck all water. We can also just assume that fuck all water will do. If I need a bit more as I'm cooking, I'll top it up. If I've got too much, I'll tip it out. You can always adjust as you're going. Now, while I've got that going, while I've got that started, we've got the pan hot. As you can see, the garlic there from the prawns. I've taken the prawns off, I've banged them in a bloody bowl. They're sitting there waiting to go. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to get a bit more butter, about that much, and we'll melt that down, and we're going to go a bit more, a little bit more. Righto. We get the rest of the garlic and bang that in there, and we're going to stir that. Now I've got this on a low heat, because you don't want to burn your garlic. You don't want to burn your garlic. Burnt garlic is shit. So it only takes about 30 seconds to warm the garlic through with all that butter. Just give it a nice little warm. Righto, now next we're going to get the wine. Let's get the wine. How much wine do you need? About that much. It's not much. bang the temperature up a little bit more because you're throwing something cool in there. And you want that to burn off the wine. You want to burn off the alcohol content, and as I was saying before, it's going to deglaze the pan. There you go. As you can see, deglaze the pan, and that wine will burn off. You don't want to put too much wine in, otherwise it takes forever to burn off. Takes forever to reduce. So whack that temperature up a touch more, and that's gonna cook that garlic too. So hence the reason why you don't want to cook your garlic too much when you just first whack it in with that butter. That's going to be cooking the garlic. Also helps it to stop from burning. There you go, it's starting to thicken up a little bit. Look at that, that didn't take long at all. Only a few seconds. Now, I reckon we're ready to go with a bit of stock. So, excuse those legs, I'll just grab a pair of scissors because it wasn't ready. Oh, there's one in there. What's it saying? We've got the Campbell's real stock. Bit of chicken stock to go with the seafood. And you probably only need about a quarter of a cup. I'm guessing this 250 mils is about, oh, that's 1 cup, so I've actually used about half a cup there. Probably too much. That's alright, I'll just bang the temperature up a bit more. Can never have too much flavour in there, just means I'm going to have to boil it off a little bit more. I'll bang the temperature up for a little bit more just to boil it down, because you actually want to boil this right down so it's damn near a paste before you add your cream. You don't want to be adding your cream while it's still, how do I say this, without saying, a very moist pile of garlic and wine sauce. So it's going to take me a little bit to reduce that, so I'll probably, should have measured that out, but that's on me. But like I said, it's just going to add more flavour. It's just going to take a little bit more to reduce. So yeah, once this is reduced, then we're going to add our cream. I've got, like I said earlier, I've got the cooking cream. We've only got 2 people we're serving here. What have we got? The 300 ml. I'll probably put most of that in because we got 500 grams of prawns, and it's going on rice. And the rice is going to soak that up. We can keep it for tomorrow. If you have more people in your family, it's going to serve them. This dish will probably serve 4 people for sure. Like 500 grams is a lot of prawns. Me and Lex love our prawns, so we're going to get stuck into them tonight. It's going to be a very, very, very special dinner for us. We'll see how much we've got left over and who gets to have them tomorrow for lunch. Probably Lex. Yeah, I'll just reduce that down. I'm going to turn the temperature down now because that garlic's already cooked. I don't want to burn the shit out of it. I'm going to have to reduce it. And reducing means low temperature. And that's all good. The thing is, it's hard to go wrong with cooking. Don't stress if you put too much of something in or too little. You can make up with it with something else or by just adapting. Yeah. As long as you don't burn the fuck out of it, I guess. Alright, my rice is starting to boil there. Once my rice is cooked, like you never have that on too early. Once my rice is cooked, I'll just dial that right down and I'll take that off the heat and it'll be good to go. Strain it out. But once your stock and wine and garlic mixture here has reduced, then it is straight in with the cream. And another thing you can do to sharpen this up, which is nice, I've done it in the past and I don't have it tonight, is add a bit of Parmesan cheese. It's quite nice. It thickens up the cream, adds a nice bit of sharpness, and is fucking delicious with this. a sprinkle of parsley if you've got some fresh parsley on top once you're ready to serve up, but we don't have that tonight. That's alright, we're just going basics. But look at that, that's already reduced down to half as it is. I've turned that right down. I'll just let that simmer, have a little stir. We're in no hurry here. We started early, which is good. Starting a dish like this, you always want to start fairly early. Just give yourself a bit of wiggle room. And yeah, just enjoy the process of cooking. Cooking should be an enjoyable process. Shouldn't be stressful, shouldn't be worrisome. You should absolutely love what you're doing and love the end product. The outcome should just be, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? A bonus, an absolute bonus. Cooking is a blessing, especially when you do it with the family. Get the kids involved, get the family involved, get the wife, get the hubby, get the bloody kids involved, get them chopping up. Lexi loves cooking. She loves it when she's allowed to do a bit, so yeah, and teach them for the future. Teach your kids for the future how to eat well. Far better than bloody going down to the Chinese shop and getting something that's added full of MSGs and zero fucks given. Sorry, that's a terrible Chinese accent, but yeah. Anyway, there we go. Bloody rice is boiling away. I like to use the other end of the stirring stick here, me spatula, just to whip around the rice. Saves me getting something else out of the drawer. And I can maintain two things at once. So there's another little added tip for you. One less thing to wash up. Anyway, as you can see, that's reduced quite a bit, considering I've put way too much stock in there. And 1 to 2 more minutes, maybe 4. This will have reduced down a little bit more. I'll bang a bit more heat in there because we did drop it quite a bit. Bang a bit more heat in there. It'll keep reducing, and I'll make sure I wait until it's thinned right out before I put that sauce in there. Like I said, that's very important. You don't want a bloody watery garlic creamy sauce. It's not the point of it. It's supposed to be nice and thick. It's supposed to encapsulate the prawns and the rice and everything. It's supposed to be a sauce, not a gravy. Not a jus, it's a sauce. So, anyway, I'll keep stirring this. I'll bang a bit of bloody cream in there and we'll show you the end outcome, because there's not much. Righto, so we've banged the prawns back in to the sauce mix, and as you can see, it looks bloody amazing. That's finishing that off. I've only just whacked them in just to get a little bit more heat through and get that flavour through with the sauce. Now you can see, oh shit, I should turn that off 1 second ago. But my rice, with that old rule, there's no water in it. I don't have to bloody strain it. And that's how you want your rice. You don't want to have to strain it. So, bang some of that in the bowl. That's the whole idea of making sure that you wash it nicely beforehand. By the looks of that, I could have washed it one more time, but that's alright. Doesn't bloody matter. It's just a nice bed to put it in. Now you can do it with some mashed potato. Mashed potato goes well as well. Mashed potato is nice to soak up the sauce from the garlic and the prawns and whatnot. See, that's way too hot. But that's the forgivingness of the cooking, or cooking. The cooking cream. Cooking cream. It doesn't turn into oil. I wanted to call it cooking oil then. Oil keeps coming to mind. If you happen to leave it on too high, it doesn't split. So anyway, that's going to ensure that these prawns are nice and cooked. Got some good flavour in there. Alright, let's whack these up. Serve them up. Good healthy dosing for 2 people. As we've served up, we've got a damn healthy serving each. That's quite a lot. Like I said, it'd serve 4 people easily. You don't have to have that much prawns each, but me and Lexi do love our prawns. So between buying the prawns frozen and all the ingredients, like there's fuck all ingredients really, it's like a $25 meal. Prawns usually like 17, 20 bucks, and between the other things it's like a $20, $25 meal. And if you're serving 4 people with that, that's pretty bloody cheap. So go out, give it a red hot crack. Add some parmesan in there, which I didn't have, because it definitely does add that sharpness. And yeah, let me know how you go. Tell me what you think. Have you tried this before? Are you going to try it? And will you do it again?